Let's go on with these two. Stop doing that.
XQC used to hold you all gonna be a hoe. If we wasn't on camera, I would have swung on you.
I didn't know there was anything about like fighting. I don't know why he brought fighting into this, but if he wants to, I'll risk it.
No, you won't.
No, I 100%.
You will fight DDG.
As long as he puts enough money where it matters to him, a piece of his own.
You got creepy neon in the background. Are you serious?
I'll put a piece in. I'll fight him.
So Mr. Beast finally dropped his big video with 100 streamers. And yeah, it blew up fast. Almost everybody came out winning big except XQC, and that's where things get messy. Ever since that video went live, XQC has been stuck in non-stop drama. And it didn't just come out of nowhere, it ties back to what went down before the shoot, during it, and now even after everything wrapped up. Now think back for a second. A few weeks ago, there was already tension building because people were talking heavy about this XQC and DDG situation that popped off during the Mr. Beast video. Social media started going wild, with folks claiming that XQC straight up told DDG his music was trash, right to his face, no filter at all. That rumor alone had people locked in because it supposedly sparked a quick back and forth right there on set. Real awkward energy in the room. But then things took another turn when DDG himself came out and shut those rumors down, basically saying that whole story wasn't how it really went, which just made everything even more confusing.
I think he got into it with DDG. Bro, he was going in, bro. He told DDG, he was like the DDG. He literally said to DDG, he was like, no one watches you, no one listens to your music. Your music sucks. Like to his face.
If he said, no, he ain't say nothing to my face. Stop lying now. Video would have been over. Don't lie. With nothing to my face. Neon, quit lying, bro.
Now that whole situation by
The
itself
caption said Naya. Don't say neon. It says Naya. Quit lying, bro. It don't say neon. It said Naya. The caption said Naya.
created some real tension between the two streamers, and it wasn't quiet either. They were going back and forth for days, saying everything they had on their minds with no hesitation. But after a while, things cooled off, and people slowly stopped paying attention to it. Like the drama just faded out of the spotlight. It pretty much wrapped up with DDG saying that if he actually got physical with the XQC, it would just make him look bad. Or even worse, XQC might turn around and sue him. And honestly, that's a fair point that makes sense. After all that, the situation just went quiet. No more shots, no more slick comments, nothing. XQC stopped mentioning DDG, and DDG did the same. And it stayed like that for weeks. Just silence leading up to the actual video dropping.
Let there be
But the moment
silence.
that Mr. Beast
And then
video
we'll know.
finally went live, things started heating up again, and not just with one person either. You could clearly see XQC getting into it with multiple creators. And if you know anything about XQC, or if you have watched him before, you already know he is not the type to stay quiet when something sets him off. He really comes from that older era of streaming where people would just straight up talk crazy about each other, no filter at all, and then brush it off like it was all just trolling after the fact. Back then, that kind of behavior was normal, but now things hit different. This new generation of streaming does not just let stuff slide like that anymore. A lot of creators today are not playing along with that same energy, and you can call it soft or whatever you want. But the reality is people respond differently when they feel disrespected, and you cannot really control that. Everyone handles things their own way, and that is just what it is. Now during this video, XQC was not holding back at all. He was throwing shots at AMP and DDG, straight up accusing them of viewbotting, which is a serious claim to make in front of everybody. That kind of talk instantly grabbed attention and had people looking at him sideways, like things were about to go left at any second.
Dang! You fell off anyway, nobody cares, buddy.
Hey, now we really finna get you out.
And thanks to XQC's outburst, the 5 most targeted streamers finally revealed themselves. Change the lights red! You 5 are now eliminated.
Bye-bye, have a good time.
But before he left,
Bye-bye.
XQC had something to say to the streamers.
Nobody wants AMP. Your music is trash, buddy.
You're going home.
Nobody wants AMP. And look, I'm an AMP viewer.
Now look, I do not know how closely you have been keeping up with XQC over the past few months, maybe even the past year and a half, but this has kind of become his thing. He has been calling out everybody, throwing that viewbotter label on different creators like it is nothing. He has said it about the Clover Boys, he has said it about AMP, and yeah, he has said it about DDG too. And that is really where a lot of this drama started building up between him and all these different groups. The wild part is, he does not seem to be backing down from it at all. He is standing on what he says with full confidence. Now, to be fair, we are in an era where people constantly question numbers and growth, and some creators do get accused of inflating views, even if nobody ever admits to it publicly. But XQC acting like he is the one exposing everybody has not been
Oh,
going
she put her
smooth.
middle finger up.
It is actually making things worse and pulling
Girl,
him
I'm
deeper
like
into
you're just
drama.
trying to keep
And
you
this is
13.
exactly
What's wrong
where
with you,
things
girl?
started getting even more intense. Because Chris Next Door, who was also part
No, she crazy. No, she crazy.
of that Mr. Beast video, reacted to all of this live on stream. He had
I
some
thought
very
she blended
interesting things to
Crossgrove.
say
My
about
bad.
XQC. And it definitely added more heat to an already messy situation.
Bro, XQC was talking crazy, bro. I mean, like, nah, deadass. I got to pause to this, gang. Cause, like, bro, yeah, before this shit, gang,
We got the voice of the 80K twins.
I was going to the bathroom. I saw XQC. He said, yo, what's up? How you doing? Like, oh, what's up? Walk past. It's like, I was like, yo, what's good? Like, what's good? Then, before this shit, we ate lunch. We ate like lunch. They had Mr. Beast food. That shit was ass as. But, hey, like, I was tearing that shit up. But XQC was sitting right next to me enjoying his lunch. And matter of fact, he's like, there was a seat open, and he sat next to me. He wasn't on that AMP. Hey, AMP, nigga. Like, AMP. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you, Agent Kaiser, Duke. Like, he could have said that, bro. But he ain't say none of that, bro. He was on some cool shit.
Chris Next Door did not hold back at all when he spoke on the situation. He went live and gave his raw thoughts, and people instantly started paying attention. You could tell he was not feeling the energy XQC was bringing, especially with all those accusations flying around during the video. On stream, Chris made it clear that calling people view botters like that, especially in a huge production, can come off real disrespectful, and it puts a weird spotlight on everyone involved. He was basically saying that even if something feels off, blasting it like that in front of millions is not always the smartest move. What made it even more interesting is how calm but direct he was. He was not yelling or going crazy, just speaking in a way that hit harder because it felt real.
Jimmy, you
that
get to
reaction
know
got
yourself
people
out of
talking
here.
even more.
Mr.
And
Beast,
suddenly,
please,
the focus was not just
please.
on the video anymore. It was all about XQC and the tension he created. Now, this was only the beginning of everything going on with XQC, because things got even more serious once DDG reacted to the situation live on stream. That is when the tone completely shifted.
I'm cut off, so after quarter was done. So I'm gonna add with the other part of the video. It's gonna be added together because I was doing something and the phone cut it out, and so yeah. Play the game.
Is when the tone completely shifted and the tension started feeling way more real. During his stream, DDG started speaking on everything XQC had been saying, and you could tell he was not taking it lightly at all. At one point, he even brought up the idea of wanting to fight XQC over the comments that were made, which instantly had people locked in and reacting. That moment right there turned the situation from online talk into something that felt way more personal. And now,
Okay, so I'm should record right here, shouldn't I? Yeah.
everyone was watching closely to see what would happen next.
Final thoughts on the Mr. Beast video. As you do know, I got eliminated. You probably already watched it. XQC, you's a hoe, you always gonna be a hoe. If we wasn't on camera, I would've swung on you. Of course, I would never, ever whoop XQC ass on no type of Mr. Beast set, ever. Very professional.
Right.
We better watch him up next time, XQC.
Now I know what you might be thinking. Did what XQC said really seem that serious? Was it even that deep? But here's where things get a little wild, because there are rumors going around that Mr. Beast actually cut out a lot of the back and forth and drama from the final video.
He probably did.
And let's be real, that makes sense. Mr. Beast is not about to pack his videos with arguments and messy moments that could turn into bad press. That is just not how he moves. But at the same time, people online started
him
saying
look
that
bad.
what we
Everybody
saw
tried to
was
make
only a
him look
small
bad.
piece of what actually went down, and that things were way more heated behind the scenes. That also explains why DDG even brought up fighting in the first place. Because if things really got that tense, it starts to make a little more sense. Now, personally, it did seem like DDG was joking at first, just talking for the moment. But once those clips started spreading all over Twitter, the energy began to shift fast. Around that same time, XQC was live streaming with Aiden Ross, and they even had UFC fighters and Neon there. So the vibe was already intense. Then out of nowhere, Aiden pulls up the clip live on stream, putting XQC right on the spot in front of everybody. And this right here is where things really started going downhill for XQC. because the way he responded only pulled him deeper into a situation he could not easily escape.
But on his side, he talks all the time about me, whatever. But why though? I don't get it. And also, we're doing a Mr. Beast video. Like, why is he so pressed? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't understand on business. Like, bro, it's a game. It's a whatever. Like, over there they were so angry. Like, I was like, why are you so angry? I didn't know there was anything about like fight. I don't know why he brought fighting into this. But if he wants to, I'll Brand risk it.
No, you won't.
No, I 100%.
You will fight DDG.
As long as he puts enough money where it matters to him, a piece of his own net worth, or I'll put a piece in. I'll fight him.
On Brand risk.
I will fight him 100%.
On Brand risk.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
If he wants to fight,
You can try to get the smudge off my screen. That's why my screen moving like that, yo. Get the smudge off my screen. That's why I was moving like that. Okay, thank you.
How long would you want to train?
Why I say okay? Thank you.
6 months.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, would you want to go MMA or boxing?
Oh my gosh, I'm my nerve. I'm back.
I'll put a piece in. I'll fight him.
On Brand risk.
I will fight him 100%.
On Brand risk.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
If he wants to fight, I'll fight him.
How long would you want to train?
6 months.
Okay. Well,
3 months.
Would you want to go MMA or boxing?
MMA.
So when that clip got played live, you could instantly feel the tension shift in the room. Everything got real quiet for a second, and all eyes were on XQC. He tried to laugh it off at first, kind of brushing it aside like it was not that serious. But people watching could tell there was pressure building up. Aiden was not letting it slide either. He kept pushing the topic and asking questions, which made the moment even more
So
awkward.
Aiden's like a
And with
messy high
UFC
school
fighters
teenager,
sitting
pretty
right
much.
there,
Okay.
the whole situation started to feel way more intense than a normal stream moment. XQC then started explaining himself, saying people were taking things out of context, but the more he talked, the more it seemed like he was digging himself deeper. Chat was going crazy, clips were already spreading, and it felt like this situation was only getting bigger by the minute. Now, as you can see, XQC actually agreed to fight DDG. And honestly, that alone already feels like a huge mistake.
I don't know why.
But he did try to add a condition, saying he would only do it if DDG put up a large percentage of his net worth.
I don't know why he
Probably
wouldn't
thinking
fight
there's
Diller.
no way DDG would agree to something like that. But here is where things get interesting. Because if you know anything about DDG, he is not new to this at all. He has been involved in boxing for a while, trained for years, and has even stepped into matches in the influencer scene. So this is not just talk for him. So if XQC thought this was something DDG would back down from,
So
or
DDG
something
got
that
experience.
would scare
You
him
know, like,
off,
back down
that might have been a
XQC.
serious misread. Because DDG did not hesitate. He agreed to it right away, even with the idea of it being MMA on the table. That reaction alone says a lot. And now the situation feels way more real than just online back and forth.
I've been waiting, praying. Like, I'm like, bro, I want to get back in the ring.
So y'all, he's ready to go. He ready to go. He is ready to go, obviously. So y'all, what is y'all thinking about this? When does a rivalry with these two start happening? Because you got a rapper / YouTuber here, and you got like what did DD also a streamer? I think he is. I don't know. DD's also a streamer, right, guys? I don't know. He's also a YouTuber. I know Anthony Chapo is a rapper, YouTuber. It's like DD like a YouTuber. Is he also? Yeah, he's also a YouTuber, right? Yeah. Wait a minute, he got a YouTube channel, right? I watched one of his videos before. Also, SQC is just YouTuber. He's probably also a streamer too. I believe he's also a streamer as well.
Get back in the ring. I'm praying. My prayers got answered this morning. Praying works. XQC, I'm 1000% with it. But I'm not putting up my money. I want to get paid. It ain't finna be no, you put in this money and this, No. Aiden, you gonna have to pay for that. I'm 100% with it.
Now it seems like XQC picked MMA, thinking he could just jump on DDG's back and lock something in quick, maybe catch him slipping and end it fast. But realistically, that does not look too likely, because DDG is not just going to stand there and let that happen. He might start throwing hands before XQC even gets close. But the situation did not stop there at all. It actually kept going into the next day, and that is when things started looking even more questionable. After already agreeing to fight for a large portion of DDG's net worth, XQC went live again and switched it up, now saying he would only do the fight if DDG put up a full $1 million of his own money. Now here is the thing, people started noticing right away when someone begins adding huge money demands like that, talking about you need $1 million for this or pay me this much to make it happen. It usually means they are not fully trying to fight. It starts to look like they are hoping the
But
other
who is
person
trying to
backs
fight
out,
anyway?
or that the deal just falls apart completely. But once again, That plan did not work at all in this situation because DDG did not hesitate. He agreed to those terms too. And now it is becoming clear that this whole situation is not playing out the way XQC expected. Not even close.
He said he ain't gonna put up an M. I'll put one up. However you want it. Cash, crypto, however you want it, man. One condition though. I gotta be able to have this option, bro, cause I ain't finna keep playing by your rules. I want a box. At minimum, you got me doing MMA and putting up an M, and I said no to both of them.
Yeah, I feel like you put up the M, y'all got a box.
Yeah.
You know?
We box. We me and you box. Put up an M apiece. M ain't nothing to you, XQC. You got it, right?
Little shit.
Yes, it's light.
Now this is exactly why it feels like XQC has backed himself into a corner he cannot escape from. Even if he trained for a full year straight, it is still hard to picture a situation where he actually beats DDG in a real fight. And all these extra conditions he keeps adding, trying to slow things down or change the terms, it is not really helping him the way he might think. Because DDG checks every box. He has the money, he has real fighting experience, and on top of that, this is the perfect setup for a viral moment that benefits him either way. And honestly, it does not even seem like DDG truly wants to fight like that. He even said on stream that he is not really chasing it. But at the same time, when someone like XQC calls you out publicly, saying no is not that simple. Because people will instantly start saying you are ducking, and that label sticks fast in the streaming world. That is exactly the position DDG is in right now. It is less about wanting to fight and more about not looking like he backed down. Now, if we are being real, does this fight actually happen? It is not looking likely at all. This whole situation feels like it is going to drag on, and in the end, it would not be surprising if XQC finds a reason to step away from it.
So nobody really throwing hands at this point, then.
Before anything official ever goes down. At this point, the whole situation has turned into something bigger than just a fight. It is really about reputation and how each person is being viewed online. Every move XQC makes is getting picked apart, and people are starting to question whether he actually wants to step into a real match or if this is all just talk that got out of control.
Like, she need to keep it classy. Like, girl, keep it classy.
In a position where he keeps
I don't like
saying
it either,
yes
but keep it classy.
to everything being thrown at him,
I don't
which
like
only
nobody.
makes XQC look worse every time new conditions get added. It is like no matter what obstacle gets put in front of this fight,
People love you,
DDG is
Millfinger.
ready to clear it without hesitation. And that is making the pressure build up even more. The audience is also playing a huge role in all of this because fans are constantly watching, reacting, and pushing the narrative forward. Every clip, every reaction, every stream moment is adding more fuel to the situation, and it is not slowing down at all. Now it is less about if they will fight and more about who is going to break first under all this pressure, because right now everything is pointing at XQC being
Why is
stuck in a
Millfinger
very tough
up?
spot.
Man,
Maybe
who was showing
XQC
that
keeps
clip?
raising the price. Maybe he throws out another wild condition that does not even make sense. Something just to stall everything out. That is honestly what it is starting to look like he is searching for a way to step back without saying it directly. Now maybe I am wrong, maybe this actually happens, but if we are being real, it is hard to imagine that 3 months from now, we are actually watching DDG and XQC step into a ring or octagon together. It just does not seem like
XQC even fight? Because he looks like some guy you see off the street that don't know how to any combat moves.
even though it would be entertaining to watch if it somehow did happen.
How many years experience did DDG have in fighting? Because you say famous experience. How many years? You mentioned how many years? I gotta look at this. I gotta do research on this too. I gotta do research on things.
I will say this though, XQC, I respect that you speak your mind and do not hold back for anyone. That is something a lot of people cannot do. But at the same time, talking crazy about people like that can land you in situations you cannot easily walk away from.
Girl,
And this
give me
might
a
be
milk
one of
girl.
those moments. But that is
Jeez.
just my take on it. And honestly, what matters more is what you think about all of this.
Ooh, excuse
So
me.
go ahead and drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. Do you think this fight is actually going to happen? And if it does, who do you have winning? If you want to stay updated on all the latest drama like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video so you do not miss anything. And with that, I will catch you in the next one.
I paused it, weirdo. Oh, y'all.
In the next one.
XQC.
I didn't ask it to start over. All right, see y'all later. Make sure to subscribe, y'all. Oh my gosh, I didn't do all that. Bye, y'all.